you call it?
Me standing on a step ladder on one foot trying to hold him in, you know?
Yeah, that's the bloopers or whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
That is how much travel this thing has.
That's nuts.
He just turned it into a Lamborghini.
I think he should fly like that.
Yeah.
It'd be all planed out.
Be funny. All right. Got to stretch it. Okay, let me get my. Yeah, you're in. Sir Washington on him. Leather hammer to the rescue.
Strong son to the rescue.
Yeah.
Alright, wait, I gotta go on the other side.
Daughter-in-law to the rescue. You get one started on there already?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Ugh.
This is gonna make the tail a lot lighter.
Alright. Oh, right.
So when-
Come on.
Got it.
It's hard to find good help these days. You tell me when it started. And do you have the wrench still with it?
Yeah, it's over here.
Okay. Hold this last one you put on.
Alright.
You ready?
You have the wrench on it?
No, not yet. I'm twisting it.
Just hold it still
Okay.
with the wrench. Hold tight.
Oh, wait, hold on.
I set the torch on this. Let me know when I get done.
Okay, I think you're ready.
Oops, how about if I turn it clockwise? Oh, that's awesome. Go ahead.
And then same thing on the other side, Lynch.
Let me do back over.
Oh, I want to go run home and get my nitrogen tank and air this back up now. It just don't seem right being squatted like this.
Alright.
Good. Real easy. Super easy. Setting the elevator deflection. It's supposed to be 28 degrees up and down, plus or minus 2 degrees. So we're a little close on it. So we're favoring having them full 28 degrees up for flaring, and we're going to be happy with 26 degrees down. And what we're trying to do is put our bell crank in a favorable leverage position, as favorable as we can give it, so it ain't such a straight pull in the full up elevator condition. So Ray's got, when we neutralize, and we're not, these are independent. If you look here, this elevator is not locked. We're going to be locking them together. But we're only worrying about one at a time. Ray's got, when he's on the tapered part of his elevator, he's got 5 degrees of angle there. So when we go down all the way, and what we'll have after we turn off the camera, we can't do it all here. Paul has got to go up and make sure the stick is in the full forward position on the control stop. And when Ray gets from 5 to 31, there's 31. He's got 26 degrees of dive into the elevator, and we're making sure that our bell crank is not interfering, our bolt nut on here is not interfering with our diagonal here. So we're in a good position. We'll have her hold forward stick. We'll make sure that a slop is out of this. We've got 26 degrees down deflection, and we're going to drill one of these preset holes in this elevator and lock it in with a cleco. And at that time, then we're going to measure. She can move her stick full aft and make sure we're still getting the 28 up, which we've played with these quite a bit. We've actually cut a good 1/4 inch off of the threaded portion of this to get our rods on a little further. we're gonna confirm that this elevator has got the required range. Then we're gonna lock it in the neutral position with a clamp at the front of the counterbalance. And we're gonna lock that one at the same neutral position. And then we'll pin it together with this one so they're at the exact same attitude. And then our elevators will be set, and then it's just a matter of match drilling, upsizing our holes to 3/16 and getting our bolts in. So basically, I think it's easier if you set one at a time, but when you're doing that, you also want to make sure the other one's moving damn close to it, so you're not twisting anything, and your level is true. You know what I mean? So even though we're only setting one, we're going to try to track. Like when we come back to 0, 5 degrees, yeah, that's us pushing the stick. We want this to be tracking with it, and that should be close to neutral. I hope that helps.
So I'm gonna drill this.
Here's a bigger
This is
one,
a
too.
hinge one. Yeah, these are all bigger. We can do all of these, but I gotta get an 1/8" drill, hone them out, and we'll put this copper. Get 8 copper clean goods. They're in that white thing. There's one there.
Oh, wow.
So there's gotta be one here, but I can't see it.
You do here.
Yeah, here, is the 2 end ones, and then there's 2 middle ones.
Oh.
We could set the hinge piece on top of it and punch through. Then you get a 1/8" bit. We should introduce the mom, huh?
Oh, yeah.
This is the matriarch of the Rowe family. It's the lady, Barbara
The
Rowe.
little old lady.
Barbara, she's been there since the first ultralight in 1981, 82.
Yeah.
And,
Well, your dad
and
died in
15 years
81.
before that.
Yeah, in 81, and we started it, I think, in 82.
Yep. No, we were building it when he died. We were
I
building
thought it
it.
was still in boxes.
No,
In
we
the
were
garage.
building it in the garage. He told me to build it, and he come home from work every night and check what I did. Make sure it was
Hey,
good.
God.
And we were about half done with it.
Yep, bit the dust.
Massive heart attack.
Yep.
So,
Seat twisting, yeah, and moving that seat forward and up even should not run out of travel here. You should not. This should still have plenty of room to slide forward. Okay, I'm going to put a little hash mark around the corner of each side, so we can put it in and out with no issues, right? And do the same thing over there. All right, I got you. Let's just tilt this up out of the way. Hey guys, introducing Ray Steele, the owner of this fine product. Ray's been in town. Yeah, Ray's been in town a lot lately. We got the engine on. A couple of interesting things to report to anybody wanting to put a Sidewinder on Badlands who want to come over here. The Sidewinder bolts on a little different than the Apex, and it's the same, but it's different. You got a turbo mount to contend with here, so you can't bring your engine in from the top because your stator hits that. So we found out from Kevin over at Badlands that you got to unbolt these dogs out of here. There's 2 12mm head bolts on each of these, and you take these rubber isolators off. And you also want your motor mount to be down on the floor. It makes it a lot easier. We tried doing it all on the plane, didn't know we had to take these off. So the long and short of it is unbolt these off, stand your motor up one end, fish it in there, get these bolts started, and then slide these in from the bottom, from the bottom, and slide these bolts in and bolt them on. You know, bolt these on and slide these bolts in. It's a lot easier. Then you can lift the whole thing up and bolt it to the fuselage. But yeah, we're getting excited. We've got a lot of parts coming from Skytrax on Monday, and we're gonna hopefully be able to plumb it up here before long in that. But so that's what she looks like up front. What have we added since then? We decided, since we don't have carbon fiber floorboards in this, we decided to reinforce it with a 2-inch by 1.5-inch aluminum channel. We just have a couple little aluminum plates down here with a nut plate installed, 832 screw. Just holds that in place. It spreads the load out so that that channel sits on top of this cross member, and it gives you a real nice solid base for your seat. And also we got enough width in here to adjust for the 4.5 movement of the seat, depending on the height of the back seater. And we want to move the stick, Ray. Me and Ray and Paula spent several hours yesterday finally indexing our elevators and connecting our belt crank and our Teleflex cables to the elevator. And there's a little bit of play when you're clecoing, and you got to be very, very careful in how you drill each elevator to the belt crank tube that slides inside of them. And you want to really sweat the small stuff and take your time, and don't get in a hurry to upsize to 3/16. And thankfully we were on top of it. And gosh, we spent 3 hours on that, Ray?
Yeah.
At least 3 hours playing around, just tweaking and adjusting and match drilling the 1/8-inch holes, and then eventually upsizing. And I tell you what, I was nervous the whole time, but that was one of the better jobs we did. If you look there, they're real close to perfect, and you'll never know that they're not. When this one's level with the horizontal, that one is too. So yeah, very happy how it turned out. But yeah, we're running out of things to do. We need Kevin and Cass to send us a few more parts, and they're actually in the mail. So
You did the rudder travel
oh gosh, yeah,
today as well.
Yeah, right. Also, we gotta get these pins in a little. Well, we can take this off now. We're done. You set up your rudder travel. So they tell you in the videos to be whatever the gap is here, 1/2 inch. Make it the same here. If you look, we're like 7/8 of an inch here and a 1/2 inch there. But we're figuring that you got the stop down here. I'm allowing for some wear. This thing is such a big rudder, and I know from other airplanes I've flown, I'm sure being a 3/8 of an inch shy on swing, I'm not too concerned about it. I'd rather have a little extra room for this to grow over the years as it beats back and forth in the wind or whatever. Yeah, when it's parked and that, and we've got plenty of throw in our rudder. But that's about it. We're ready. We're actually ready to disassemble the tail and hang it on the wall. Get ready to cover it because our trim tabs are mounted. One thing we got to do, we got to get a servo for the trim tab and get that match drilled to this before we can cover this left elevator. But otherwise, I think we're going to put fabric on next time they visit. I think we're going to be covering stuff.
Right on.
Yeah, they're pretty good. So then we'll have to put like a pretty big hole here with a step bit. We'll have to think about how, probably every foot or something, or every 10 inches. They're 36 inches long. We think maybe every 6 inches.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll work out the spacing, and
We can use the riveting fan for that.
Yeah, we should be able to. We'll drill center holes with a 3/32 bit and a rivet fan, and then we'll try and drill them out to make. These are our tie-down loops. We're going to have bigger holes drilled in these. There'll be one here, matching on the other side. We're going to have one across the middle to be like a place that you can tie stuff forward if you're worried. You put your heavier baggage up here right behind the seat, and your lighter stuff back. So it has more. You have a little divider to it. So, all right, get the other 3-footer, and we'll try to do it.
Ray and I just finished up installing these L's in the baggage area. So these are just allowing us to put in spots for holes to bungee or strap down any baggage that comes in here. So this is just 1-inch aluminum L, and they're secured to the floor through the tabs that the flooring is going to be secured with. So this will just be a 832 screw that holds these in, and then like you said, we have a 1/2-inch hole drilled at intervals throughout the whole baggage area that will allow us to bunch some stuff in and keep it secure.
Cool.
I guess. Don't try this with a V8. Oh, but your knuckles. Yeah. Okay, I'll hold that real quick. Yep, yep. Yeah, just gotta drop the little turbo mount now. Oh boy, wow, how's that work? We gotta
Go down and up, down and up, go down and up.
Down and up. Okay, yeah, let's try that. Let's try down and up. Way down. It's gotta go way down.
You're almost on this side.
Yeah. The
Try now.
stakes.
See, will it drop any?
No, we're this.
Fucking dumb.
Yeah, the turbo is blocked. The turbo mount blocked this. We gotta go way down some more. This gotta go way down. Okay, way down. Now watch your fingers there. We gotta come back. It's gotta come back. It's gotta come backward. Okay, now come up. No, it's catching on the engine.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out how we work around that turbo mount.
I knew exactly what to do, but in a much more real sense, I had no idea what to do.
Take it back out, down and forward. Up. All right. Okay, bring it. Well, how far are we? The motor should be tilted toward you when it's in there. Now, see that what happens? The stator's hitting.
Is it easier for you? We're on the ladder. Hold on. No, not yet.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Two.
Oh, you're way above the mount over here.
Yeah, do that.
I think we gotta come.
Yeah, we're back. See, this is where we were before. The stator.
Yeah, but it has to, maybe if we tilt my way.
Yeah, it's gonna have to rock his way.
No, well, that won't work either, because it's more than
It has
mount.
to back out a little bit
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
That's not gonna work. I'm sitting on top of this tube here.
Yeah. I think if we get down, maybe this way a little bit more. I gotta get past this bracket.
Well, take a look on my side. You know what? Has this been tested on one?
I don't know.
I don't think it's gonna work. I really don't. Every way I try to rotate it, it's running into something else. Where's the ladder?
Wiring harness. Get off the wiring harness. Oh, damn.
Oh, you're in on your side then, right here?
I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're